In this video, you will learn how to manage automated collections in your organization. My name's Don, and I'm from Chargent. If you are a business leader who wants to improve payments at your organization, then you are in the right place. Automating your collections process is a big step. As much as we'd like to simply flip a switch and let this aspect of our business handle itself, that's not really how it works. Like all business decisions, it needs to be done right. And what's right for one business may not be right for another. We built automated collections to be highly customizable for that very reason. Step 1, define your business goals. So where do we start? Well, a good first step is to define our goals. What are we trying to achieve with automated collections? I'm betting your goals include something along the lines of collecting missed or late payments more quickly and consistently, reducing the amount of manual work it takes to collect those payments, and making it easy for your customers to bring their accounts back into good standing. Great, we've got our goals nailed down. What's next? One important thing you should know is that you can reduce your accounts receivable and collections challenges in Salesforce with Chargent. Step 2, know your business policies. You likely have policies that can impact how automated collections should work in your business. For example, you may offer a grace period for late payments. Let's say 5 calendar days. For this, you could configure automated collections to not trigger until that 6th day using our Collect Any Payment feature. Or you could have automated collections trigger but not attempt an automatic payment retry or send an email to your customer until those 5 days are up. Step 3, consider your customer segmentation. Another important aspect of automating your dunning process is to tailor it to each customer segment. You may prefer different approaches to collections based on the customer type, the product or service offered, or other factors. It's important to define this segmentation as part of your automated collections planning and to configure each process with them in mind. You've got a ton of flexibility at your fingertips, including the ability to control the scheduling and cadence of each stage, allowing you to choose exactly when to email and when to retry the payment collection. Customize email messaging and payment request pages for each configuration. Display payment titles and descriptions. Control the sender email address. Leverage these customizations to fit your customer segments. Step 4, otherwise known as the what comes after step. So you've identified your goals, business policies, and segmentation, and configured automated collections processes to accommodate them. Excellent. But what happens when automated collections runs through all of its stages and doesn't collect a payment? This needs to be part of your planning too. Using native Salesforce tools, you can activate your next steps for these scenarios. Some examples of what those next steps can look like include generating a report of these accounts, or kicking off an email to appropriate staff members or queues, switching the account status on another object for that customer. This is a scenario that none of us like. However, it should be part of your planning and configuration. One important thing you should know is that you can reduce your accounts receivable and collections challenges in Salesforce with Chargent. Learn how Chargent can make your payments configurable and automated, saving you time and money. Download the guide using the link in the description of this video. Step 5, refinement. Like all tools, automated collections will serve you best when you refine it. We've included out-of-the-box analytics that provide meaningful insights into exactly what automated collections is achieving. These reports and dashboards will tell you how much is being collected and how well each individual configuration is performing. We even show you which stages are most consistently collecting your payments. Use these tools to continuously refine and improve your collections processes. Automated collections does the heavy lifting of messaging your customers and automatically retrying missed payments. Plan out your approach to collections, configure this powerful tool, and free up your staff to focus on other important tasks. Reach out to us today if you have questions about setting up the perfect automated collections processes for your business.
Did you know that 47% of businesses reported that the success rates of their collections efforts have declined and gotten worse? The same businesses, they reported that they wrote off 6% of their sales each year to bad debt. This means that businesses in the US are losing 6 pennies on every dollar, or $60,000 for each million that they sell. My name is Micaiah, and I'm from Chargent. If you're in collections, or if you're a CFO, a financial analyst, or maybe even a director or manager of risk management, then this video, it's meant for you. In this video, you're going to learn how to understand return on investment for improving your collections processes. Return on investment is a measure of how much profit was made compared with the amount that was invested. So one quick example, let's say that you invest $100,000 in a project, and that project saves the company $300,000 in your team's time. That project has a 300% or 3 times return on investment, which we typically call ROI. Now let's see how we can apply this idea to your collections process. And we're going to take a look at two different ways that you can realize ROI on your automated collections investment. So first, we're going to review the cost of keeping your collections process in-house, which is also known as first-party collections. Next, we'll look at your expenditure when referring collections to an outside agency to handle on your behalf. Now, as we dig in, I want you to know that the Chargent team has taken a deep dive with our most successful customers. We did this to create a guide for you on automating your recurring billing. This guide is going to help you avoid pitfalls and ensure that you are successful on your first attempt. And I want you to use the link in the description of this video to download that guide right now. To understand the cost of first-party collections, we look primarily at the costs associated with the people that do the work. That includes the overhead of the related staff, and it needs to include the systems that they use to collect for you. Let's take a look at an example where we have 5 people on the team who spend a significant part of their day calling and emailing the customers that owe you money. According to Glassdoor, the median pay, including bonuses for a collection specialist, it's about $54,000 per year. And we should also assume that this team of 5, they have a collections manager who has a median pay, including incentives, of about $74,000 per year. So this team of 6 costs the company about $350,000 per year in salary. This does not include payroll taxes, rent for office space, employee benefits, and any other expense that the company incurs specifically for this employee. And according to the Small Business Administration, you can expect to spend an additional 25 to 40% in costs above an employee's wages. Let's apply that 25% to ensure that our cost is fully loaded. We're looking at a cost of $432,000 for this collections team each year. Now we know the cost of the current unautomated, fully manual system. If you invest in automating this system, your savings comes in the form of time that your team now has to focus on higher value tasks. Let's face it, sending the same collections email 100 times, it's not a high value task, and you can automate this. If we assume that the team spends 25% of their time emailing customers to request a payment, that's nearly a day and a half every single week. With good automation, you can reduce that number to only 5% of the time they're spending answering email. Even more impactful, automating initial dunning emails, it improves that person's job. Instead of copying and pasting the same email to start those collections conversations, now they're replying to customers who ask questions, and they're dedicating their time to the most complex cases. Chargent customers, they can include a payment link in the email, meaning that many collections happen without any human interaction from your company. This reduction in manual busy work will save your company salary and overhead equivalent to an entire person, or roughly about $70,000. If you pay $20,000 per year for an automated collection system, and that system saves your company $70,000 per year, that is a 350% ROI in just a single year. Your investment, it was repaid in a little over 4 months. Said another way, this company will reduce their collections by approximately $50,000 a year. You will be able to use that recaptured time to enable the accounting team to work on projects that add value and drive growth. Because after all, time is our most precious resource. The second way to calculate collections costs and ROI is a little more straightforward. And it's when you send your collections to an outside agency. And this is known in the industry, of course, as third-party collections. These collections agencies, they're typically going to charge a percentage of the debt to be collected. So typically anywhere from 20% to 35%. So let's say you turn over $1 million of uncollected debt to a third party. They're going to keep $200,000 to $350,000 of that $1 million of your invoices. If we assume you spend the same $20,000 per year on automated collections, you will only need to decrease the invoices that you send to that third party by 2% to recoup that cost. When you recover 20% of that $1 million using automated collections, then you'd only be sending $800,000 to that collections this year, and that's a savings of $40,000 for the year, an ROI of 200%. That's just in the first year. And while these numbers are pretty black and white, there are a few other benefits. Keeping more of your collections process in-house means that you retain control over more touch points with your customers instead of risking those relationships with a third party. And as you can see, it is easy to achieve ROI on automated collections software. Do you want to know more about what your company's ROI will be? Well, call us here today at Chargent. We'd love to run those numbers with you. And now, I want you to check out this next video here, where you'll learn more about payments in Salesforce. My name is Micaiah, and I'm from Chargent, where we are dedicated to helping you make Salesforce payments simple. And remember, we are always here to help.